Sub YouTube. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not gonna do no editing. I'm just gonna record this real quick. Throw this up on the YouTube. We just got done. Well, not just got done. About an hour and a half ago, got done watching the fights. Paul McCloskey, Amir Khan with some bullshit. They stopped the fight. Amir Khan ain't shit. I'm gonna agree with. I gotta agree with. Fuck is his name? Carcino, man. He ain't shit but a front runner, man. He's a front runner. He was getting tired. He was missing a lot. People watch that fight. He wasn't landing shit on Paul for real. Paul McCloskey, the movement gave him issues. See, you see how it was. He was able to hit Maidana because Maidana is a fucking, a stationary target. So he's able to pot shot him and hit him and pepper him and look great. But when he gets in the ring with a guy that can move, like Paul McCloskey, he can't hit a person as accurate. You see how sloppy he had to get his punches off because of movement? But they stopped the fight on some bullshit. To me, Mir Khan ain't shit but another Zab Judah. Front runner, strong he's strong for about 6 rounds, and then after that, he fades. He ain't shit. Moving on. Did get a chance to do my Ortiz, Berto, prediction, but I did have Ortiz winning, but it really don't matter because I ain't put it up, so hey. But I had Ortiz winning that fight, and he did. Ortiz just went out there and just dominated, man. In all honesty, I'm hearing people say Berto didn't have it, Berto didn't do this. One thing like people don't realize is the people gonna talk. People, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. That's why my whole theory is get your money and get up out this sport, because the sport don't give a shit about you. If Berto had a won, people would have said Ortiz is finished. He ain't that good. He's too small. Evident and clearly we saw he should always been a welterweight. People would have been like, he's too small. He's washed up. He's not the same. Yada this, did that. If Berto had to beat him. Berto loses. Now, Berto ain't that good. Berto doesn't fight good competition. Berto is this. Berto is that. Yada, 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 all that bullshit. No. In all honesty, when I watch fights, even if you win, I look at issues you have. You might win, but I'll be like, okay, even though you won, you did this wrong, or you're still being exposed for something. Just like I did with Pacquiao-Clottey. Pacquiao won but because of work rate, but we saw he has an issue with breaking somebody's guard, and if you put that defense up, he can't get through it. But back to what I was talking about. In this particular fight, I honestly didn't see really too much anything Berto did wrong. He really didn't do anything wrong. He just was beat by a man that was willing to die in that ring. How Ortiz was fighting, he was willing to die in that ring. And I thought in the 6th round, I believe it was, when he got hurt, I thought he was hurt. I was like, oh shit, Ortiz like he finna go, because that was a good shot. He was tired and he got caught. Weathered the storm, baby, weathered the storm. Kept it pushing like fuck that. And then bam, what did he do? Knocked down Berto. But I just noticed that every time he knocked down Berto, he seemed to hurt Berto more than Berto hurt him. With the exception of that 6th round when I thought he wasn't going to make it out. Again, we saw Berto hit in the 1st round and rock kind of hard. And he did the whole behind my head shit. And I'm thinking like, oh, here we go fucking again. Didn't Quintana knock you down and you did behind the head shit? You just escape knockdowns like it ain't shit. But it didn't get Rudy knocked down. But Ortiz like, okay, since they gonna rob me of that knockdown, I'm gonna knock you down again. And the first time he knocked him down, he was hurt. Berto was hurt. Berto is one of those type of fighters. I personally feel he's very vulnerable at the beginning of the fight. As the fight goes on, he gets stronger in the sense that it's kind of like, I guess like it's almost like he's not warmed up yet. Like he warms up towards the end of the fight. But it's like almost, because everybody, I mean, if you think about it, like when he gets hurt, it's usually at the beginning of the fight. 1st round, usually. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, he's getting hurt. But this fight, he was hurt. He hasn't been in there with a fighter like Ortiz. Not only can Ortiz is the type of fighter that loves to brawl, but he can box. He has pretty good box, and he can pop. And then not only can he hit, but he has good accuracy with his punching power. You got some fighters who got power like Maidana, but they really don't have. All Maidana has is a right hand, but they don't really have. They're not accurate with their punches. Versus, Ortiz, he's accurate with his punching. Side note. In my opinion, I believe Ortiz should have never lost to Maidana. I feel like it was his corner's fault. He should have never lost that fight to Maidana. He had all the tools and everything he needed to beat Maidana. He was being advised wrong. But back to this fight. Um, Berto showed a little heart. Berto showed heart of a champion. He got knocked down. He kept getting up. He didn't quit. He didn't fumble. He fought. But, he just got beat by a guy. I truly believe Ortiz would have gave anybody trouble tonight. Floyd Mayweather, who was there, Manny Pacquiao, he would have gave anybody trouble tonight because I could tell he was just determined. I'm not losing there. I think Ortiz would have rather died in that ring. I'm not losing here. I'd rather die. So, we're gonna go at it. And that was that, his passion was showing. Even when the point got taken, which was some bullshit to me, he took the point because he was hitting behind the head, but Berto had a part to play in it because he kept ducking his head. And even after that, some fighters get discouraged and they kind of like hold back because they don't want to get a point taken or make it, disqualification. He still said, fuck it. He fighting with more intensity. He trying to make this, even though this he just lost a point this round, he's trying to make it a tie round. See, that's passion. That's something that we need in boxing from a champion. A lot of fighters, they just like, who else did that? I remember Marquez did it with Casitas when he got knocked down. And you know what? He got back up and he came at him like, fuck it. If I'm not going to win this round, I'm going to make it a tie round because I'm not going to give you the upper hand. And that's what we need in boxing. That's what we need from fighters. But I honestly believe, my personal opinion, I'm going to do a video on it. My personal opinion is I believe Floyd Mayweather wants Ortiz to win this fight. He wanted him to win this fight because I believe he's going to use Ortiz as a tune-up for Manny Pacquiao. I don't think he ever wanted Berto to win. I don't think he ever wanted to fight Berto. I think Floyd would have destroyed Berto. He would have broke him down. Probably, he would have destroyed him. But Ortiz is a young, southpaw, aggressive puncher. Not as fast as Manny Pacquiao. Doesn't have the angles and the lateral movement as Manny Pacquiao. But I believe he probably hits, more than likely he hits harder, and he's aggressive nonetheless. So I can see, don't be surprised if you see a Floyd Mayweather Ortiz fight coming up. I wouldn't be surprised. Some people say this redeems Ortiz of the Maidana, him quitting. To me, I don't give a shit about all that, man. People say he's a coward. I don't believe that shit. What about Roberto Duran? He literally flat out quit and said he had a tummy ache. My tummy hurts. I got cramps. I quit. I won the first one. You can have this one. What kind of champion quits like that? But he's praised as one of the best lightweights of all time. He literally said, I won the first one. You can have this one. I quit. What kind of champion does that? But nobody ever brings that up. But Ortiz did good. He did his thing. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'm finna go to sleep. I don't feel like editing this. I'm shooting this on my MacBook. Peace. Deuces. Holla at your boy.